global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happenings Today. A few days back, the Rivers police had to go all out to debunk the viral news that went all out there, insisting that there was no pandemonium in the government house the very day that Fubara, the governor of Rivers State, visited Omega Power Ministries in Rivers State, where he, of course, donated on behalf of Rivers State 200 million to support the ministry to go better, to grow better. What it looks like there was probably maybe more behind the scene, as today more events are coming up and there seem to be pandemonium in some of the one or two of the local government area, particularly the headquarters of Ikwerre local government. Let's dive into the news proper to find out exactly what went down, as even local government council workers had to take to their heels. Before we go into the news proper, kindly subscribe to our channel. Now, according to the news, pandemonium broke out on Monday in Isiokpo, the headquarters of Ikwerre local government area in Rivers State, as police officers dispersed council workers with tear gas and gunfire. And an eyewitnesses report shows that, especially those in the scene, shows that panic as officers in several patrol vans arrived at the local government secretariat, bringing out all manner, releasing tear gas to disperse workers who had gathered to resume duties. Now, the sudden police intervention forced council employees to flee, with many reportedly running into the nearby bushes for safety, and the confrontation resulted in injuries, including 2 women who were hurt in the rush to escape the chaotic scene. Now, this disturbance comes amid ongoing security concerns in the Ikwerre local government area, which has been a focal point following the recent local government elections. Now, the council had previously been closed alongside 2 other local government secretariats to prevent further unrest after political thugs allegedly attacked these facilities. A source who spoke in the condition of anonymity confirmed that the National Union of Local Government Employees had instructed council staff to resume work, a directive now disrupted by the police intervention. The source, who craved anonymity as well for fear of his life, said that this morning, the National Union of Local Government Workers asked their members to resume work at the Ikwerre local government. While we were there, we saw more than 100 policemen fully armed, and they started firing tear gas everywhere. Workers, women, and everybody started running. As I speak now, 2 women slumped, and the policemen are now allowing access to medical care. Now, the chief of staff of Ikwerre local government, that is Richard Henry, confirmed the incident, saying there may be maybe some casualties because many of these workers ran into the bushes. Henry stated, and I quote him word for word, "They came to the premises and shot tear gas everywhere, and people were running helter-skelter. Our mothers and youths who were there are injured. We don't know if there was any issue of anyone passing on because many people ran into the bush. The policemen came with a hot water tank and about 11 healers vans." While condemning the policemen's action, he said that this was actually unwarranted, as the matter of the council's burning was before the Rivers State Judicial Commission of Inquiry. All of them were armed. Moreover, this matter is before the Rivers State Judicial Commission of Inquiry, and they came to tear gas everybody, which is not fair. We will resist them, he said. The police took responsibility for its presence at the Ikwerre local government, that's Ikwerre Council Secretariat. The spokesman of the State Police Command, that's Grace Irankoko, in a chat, said that the Ikwerre local government secretariat was closed following the arson because it was one of the worst hit. She stated, and I quote her word for word, "It is not men in police uniform. They are police officers in the command who went there to maintain law and order. You know, because of the local government that was burnt, a panel of inquiry was set up by the governor to look into the immediate and remote causes of the secretariats that were burnt, and the sitting is ongoing. All the secretariats that were under attack are under lock and key, and this Ikwerre local government area is one with major damage. Now, some mobs, over 300, damaged the gate and forced themselves into the secretariat, either to loot or further destroy the properties." That was the reason the police was called upon. And in response, our men swiftly mobilized and went there to ensure that there was no breakdown of law and order and restore peace by dispersing them. All right, welcome back. My colleague is in the house. What's your take on what is going on in Ikwerre local government? Remember, Samuel Wanisiki just some few days ago was celebrated for coming back to Ikwerre. What's your take, please?
Well, for me, we have to be objective about this whole thing. Objective in the sense that the police, if you listen to the full info, police had their own stand, while the people also had their own stand. And the people believe that the police did what they're supposed not to do. But then don't forget that there was a panel of judicial inquiry who have not submitted report yet. And I also feel that it was a duty of the governor. After the submission of the report, the governor would now call and said everybody should meet, and then we'll give full briefing on the report of the panel, and then can now instruct that the Ikwerre local government secretariat should be open and all of that. I don't even know also if that was one of the contents of the panel, that everywhere should remain closed. But be that as it may, I think also that what would have brought to standstill this whole issue was for Israel Abosi, who is the current executive chairman of Ikwerre local government, to be on standby, as at the time he instructed the people to go and open Ikwerre local government area secretariat, so that by the time the police come, he will give them full briefing on the reason why he told them to open the secretariat. Because unfortunately, what the police are looking at, their description is that these were mobs, they were not pre-informed that it is going to be open. So one of the things I've realized about these Rivers State stuff is that don't give anybody a legal ground to do something. We are so grateful that no lives were lost, in the whole process. So next time, I feel that, Ikwerre local government chairman should have been on standby and tell them, hey, come on, this is what we have agreed. Or to show the level of authority that have been put on you, you meet with the commissioner of police or possibly with the governor and say, sir, we can't keep on waiting this long. Other local government have started running their show and we need to start. And for that reason, I'm sending a letter across to the police commissioner in the state to let him know that by your directive, we are going to be opening, so that normal running of, affairs in the local government can kickstart, But for him to bring them in, police have their own, the picture they are going to paint. Number one, the people who came and stood, they never named themselves, say, this is my ID card, I'm from here. I'm trying to be very objective here. I'm not trying to take sides with anybody. Just try to do things the right way, so that, at the end of the day, you won't have a lot of young people or our mothers, our fathers lose their life like that. Whether they like it or not, you are the executive chairman of Ikwerre local government area. Nobody stops that. So anytime you are seen on the scene, everybody will just take precaution and they will respond to you. Those people coming around, no matter how well they can speak, no matter the English they talk, they can never, be accepted, because legitimately they are not the people that should talk. It should be the chairman or the vice chairman that should talk, and then on that grounds, you open the gate legally, it should be a legal something. So unfortunately, that's just my position.
All right, let's go wrap it up. Let's hope that eventually this is resolved amicably. Just as my colleague has rightly said, the chairman should have been on ground to ensure that what the police may have termed a mob is actually the workers in Ikwerre local government. And if for any reason, this whole thing happened, if the chairman was really on ground, just like my colleague said, I don't think it would have degenerated to this level. But let's see how eventually they will be able to, mop up this whole thing and, bring peace back again to Ikwerre local government. That's going to wrap it up. Let's meet in that conversation. What's your take? Please no hate words.